The first 2 weeks of training camp are in the books, and the Steelers' preseason opener is less than a week away. Monday will be an off day for the Steelers before practice resumes on Tuesday. But the team has some injuries to keep an eye on headed into the third week of camp. Notably, one injury scare seems to be officially over, with rookie tight end/fullback DJ Thomas Jones returning to practice on Sunday. Thomas Jones was feared to have suffered a torn Achilles early last week, with head coach Mike Tomlin calling the injury significant. However, the undrafted free agent was back on the field Sunday, appearing to have a sleeve on the left leg that he previously injured. More notable injuries include Alex Highsmith, who suffered a groin injury at practice, and rookie cornerback Dante Kent, who missed practice Saturday and appeared in a walking boot on Sunday. The severity and timeline of both injuries has not been reported. Other injury reports are as follows. Defensive lineman Esezi Odomwo, who injured his knee Wednesday, did some individual work on Sunday, per Alex Kozora. Cornerbacks Joey Porter Jr. and Corey Trice Jr. missed practice, per Alan Saunders, as did wide receiver Calvin Austin III, per Brooke Pryor. Tackle Calvin Anderson also missed practice for another day, per Kozora. Nick Farabaugh reported rookie tackle Gareth Warren was in street clothes on Sunday. Head coach Mike Tomlin said on Saturday that Anderson and Trice's soft tissue injuries might require more than a few days of recovery, per Sanders. Kozora reported that offensive lineman Broderick Jones and Isaac Simolo were both full participants after suffering injuries earlier in camp. After some negative reports earlier this week, Farabaugh and other beat writers noted Pittsburgh's left tackle had an improved day of practice on Sunday. Per Mike DeFabor, reserve center Ryan McCullum and starting nose tackle Keanu Benton returned to practice on Sunday after previous injuries. The Steelers return to training camp August 5th. They'll host the Jacksonville Jaguars on August 9th for their preseason opener at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mike Tomlin isn't shy about asking players from other positions to take snaps at fullback in training camp. 2 years ago, center/guard Kendrick Green got a brief audition. On Sunday, it was Mark Robinson's turn to show what he could do. Robinson, the team's fourth-year inside linebacker, took 2 snaps at fullback when the Pittsburgh Steelers closed practice with a goal line drill. Robinson blocked for Jaylen Warren and rookie Caleb Johnson, with neither runner getting into the end zone. Robinson played running back in college before transitioning to defense in his final year of eligibility. The Steelers selected him in the 7th round of the 2022 draft. "It's not a completely foreign act," Tomlin said. "We wanted to give him a look at it and see what it looked like. Maybe we'll do some more in the future with him. Maybe we'll do some more with others." The Steelers don't have a true fullback on the roster. Tight end/H-back Connor Hayward has been used in that role, and he lined up in the backfield for the final 2 snaps of the goal line drill. Rookie DJ Thomas Jones played fullback in college, but he has worked primarily with the tight ends in camp. "It's just football," Robinson said. "I'm down for whatever." For the drill, Robinson removed his gold number 93 jersey and replaced it with a white top that was made for the occasion. "I'm not going to make a big deal out of it," Tomlin said. "I know it's probably pretty interesting, but we just gave him a couple snaps." Robinson said he didn't learn until Sunday morning that he would be tried out on offense. "We were talking about it in meetings, and I thought they were joking until I saw him in the offensive room," linebacker Patrick Queen said. "It was crazy to see him on the other side of the ball." The Pittsburgh Steelers have gone all in to build a winner for the 2025 NFL season. Pittsburgh made a number of aggressive moves this offseason, including signing veteran Aaron Rodgers to a 1-year contract. The Steelers also traded for CB Jalen Ramsey and T. Jonas Smith from the Dolphins in exchange for Micah Fitzpatrick. Now Pittsburgh has a star-studded roster that is ready to make a run later this fall. With the news that Micah Parsons has requested a trade, could he be next on Pittsburgh's shopping list? Naturally, Steelers fans have begun to wonder whether Parsons could be the next addition for the team. After all, it would make for one heck of a story. Parsons has made positive statements about the Steelers in the past. In fact, earlier this offseason, Parsons explained that he would be excited to join his hometown team. "Yeah, I do rock with the Steelers," Parsons said back in February, via CBS Sports. "I said if I ever return home, it was going with Pittsburgh. I mess with Mike Tomlin the long way." Parsons grew up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, tucked between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. It would make sense for him to call either city home. But perhaps Pittsburgh makes more sense after years of battling against the Eagles in the NFC East. But maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Could the Steelers actually trade for Parsons in the first place? And if so, what kind of trade package would the Cowboys need to make a move? Below, we will explore the perfect trade offer that Pittsburgh should make to Dallas to acquire Micah Parsons. What could the Steelers offer for Micah Parsons? Do the Steelers have enough ammo to make a good trade proposal for Micah Parsons? Let's go over the terms of this potential offer before doing any analysis. Steelers receive edge Micah Parsons, 2027 fourth-round pick, conditional. Cowboys receive edge Alex Highsmith, TE Darnell Washington, 2026 second-round pick, 2026 third-round pick, 2027 first-round pick. I have the Steelers offering a large trade package to pry Parsons away from the Cowboys. Pittsburgh has a whopping 12 draft picks in 2026 when calculating in likely compensatory picks. They certainly have the ammo needed to make another big move this year before the start of the season. I also have the Steelers offering a replacement in edge rusher Alex Highsmith, plus a backup tight end in Darnell Washington. But the question becomes, is that really enough to land Parsons? I could also see a reality where the Cowboys demand a trade package similar to what Las Vegas got for Khalil Mack back in 2018. That included 2 first-round picks and additional draft capital, even factoring in that Chicago needed to extend Mack after the deal. If that's the true asking price, if Dallas would consider trading Parsons, then I'm not sure Pittsburgh would be willing to pay it. How would the addition of Micah Parsons change Pittsburgh's defense? Simply put, the theoretical addition of Micah Parsons would be transformational for Pittsburgh's defense. The Steelers already have an incredible edge rusher in TJ Watt. He has proven that, by himself, he can give opposing offenses nightmares figuring out how to block him. Adding Parsons could have a cascading effect. Every opponent would have to make a difficult choice when playing against the Steelers. Which elite edge rusher do you leave in a one-on-one blocking scenario? And if the answer is neither, how do you add extra help on both sides without causing additional problems? Pittsburgh's upgraded secondary makes this even more fascinating to think about. The Steelers now have a stout secondary with Darius Slay, Jalen Ramsey, and Joey Porter Jr. at cornerback. If they can keep receivers from getting open, that's just more time for Parsons and what to get after the quarterback. Adding Parsons is not without risks. He would need a hefty long-term contract, likely in the ballpark of Watt's recent $123 million mega contract. The Steelers could be limited by having 2 huge contracts on defense, especially with the need to find a new quarterback next offseason after Rodgers probably retires. Even so, the possibility of having 2 elite edge rushers for the next 3 or more seasons is incredibly tempting. In reality, I don't think the Cowboys will be willing to trade Parsons at all. And if they were, I'm not convinced that Pittsburgh has the stomach to make it happen. But if this trade did become reality, it would be the biggest move in the NFL in recent memory.